There we go. The plan today is to do some routing and make some specific notes. Where is it? No, that's not it. But here we are. We've got some new splits. We're not going to worry about those for now. Okay. So, I have a WordPad file open. And first thing we do, is go into options and move our default movement to run. Then we go. We're gonna go up and right for the first two screens. And then we have a cutscene here. Like so far, and we go through here. So like so far, nothing really. No, I don't want that. Where is it? There we are. Sure, I want. We have to go into here. That's default. We're not running a timer this time because we're gonna let the cinematics run. Hello, I guess Jorge Fucks. I'm just routing it today. So that way I can make sure that I make notes for the specific parts where I have issues. Since we're not running it on a timer, we have the ability to do this. So this stuff for this first area is for the most part automatic. That's not something I'm really concerned with, nor do I even know. Oh right, I'm bad. I Now we actually gain control. And again, we're gonna let the cinematics play out. Yeah, it's just exactly what you thought it was. Like, it's really hard for me to remind myself that I don't... Yeah, there's actually a single voice acting line. Now again, we are going to pick up the ammo. Let's make a note there. So, PE2 tower. Ammo box for non-WR runs or event runs. Now, we aren't missing much there. See, that's the reason why we want to go to the left there. Because by doing that, we actually skip an entire, like, section. And we get to watch the horror part of the survival horror. So, I mean, luckily this part is still, like... We still do this. We lift the bar, because the thing is that what we're looking to do is normally get back. Because the room that we enter here is actually the room that is the connecting one to the back area for where we were before. So we're gonna grab the key. That's all that is. If we come over here, my webcam is obstructing it, but there's actually light buttons there. There's Rupert. That's actually the reason the tower explodes. He's planting a bomb. I figured I'd show that off because this is a casual run, technically. Like, normally if I was running this, like, I'd already be done. This first area, that would be it. So again, we're gonna try to avoid this encounter. It's just us going up the escalator, which is why we skip it, because there's absolutely no reason. Like, it's interesting, but ultimately, this is why I'm glad we can skip these. As far as I'm aware, there's no real way to avoid that. Marlinda Fish, thank you for following. I appreciate it. I'm just routing this game right now because I've been doing speedruns, but I don't have notes, so I continue to make mistakes. And I figure I'm gonna have my own set of notes, so that way I won't make mistakes as much. I'm just curious. I don't know what that actually gives us. But that is the technical best gun that we can get. One of the best guns in general. Oh yeah, I'm, like, because I'm not on a timer, I'm also able to show off all of these, little cutscenes that we would normally just skip. Like, with basically this guy Rupert we don't see until the end of the game in a regular speedrun because of the fact that all the cutscenes, well, it's a weird thing to say because yeah, it's technically casual, but it's also speedrun routing because I need to make sure that I know where I'm going. Like, if I try to just speedrun the game again, it's just gonna end up me going in the wrong direction, and having a timer makes that pointless. Oh yeah, no, definitely any percent, because New Game Plus percent just basically is, I don't have a save for it yet, but it's more or less you have to run one of the super hard modes to get enough points in order to get the best weapon in the game, and to do that, which is the Gunblade, which is interestingly enough considered to be a shotgun, and you can actually press the trigger to do more damage with it. For this game, there aren't that many modes, per se. Like, it isn't really even a game that's actively run. I just really like the game. I also like the very cheesy Resident Evil-esque horror it has. Because this game does technically have New Game Plus, but... Oh! Really? I didn't know there was anyone even running, and I just assumed that the leaderboards were never actually being updated because I never see any new scores on them, but that is awesome to know! What category do you run then? Do you run New Game Plus? Or is there like a specific mode that you run? Ooh, 100% Nightmare. Oh no. Crap. I wonder if I can push you back in there. Answer is no. You and B are Senna. Cool. I already take too much damage as it is in the game. Did I just go 0 for 2 on those? I absolutely did. I can imagine 100% Nightmare must be quite a different experience. Oh, jeez. I mean, I am not a fan of Nightmare mode in general. And that's just because I die too many times on it. So the only thing I don't really have properly routed, so important items, MP boost from Strash, and grenades from mailbox. Yeah, I mean, this one is, since this is on a PS3, it is, the current record is held by Wolf DNC at an hour 33. Oh, Baldwin is another character that, at least in general, we don't get to see him, because he only appears in cutscenes. Oh yeah, fantastic guy. Aliens ate my spaghetti. I also like this game as opposed to the Resident Evil games, because this one has, I believe, more detail in the faces. Like, the big thing for me to route is going to be the shelter. Because that's where I usually end up losing most of my time going in the wrong direction. Fun fact, if you... Yes, that's our warrant. Well, exactly, and I'm just like, at the point where... if I'm gonna continually lose time and end up being at like 2 hours because of that stuff, I can make notes, and that way I can be like, okay, so when I'm, for example, when I'm exiting the, when I go down to the lab for the first time to get to the breeding room to get to the lab, like, I can remember which directions to go. Because there's always that feeling when you first have, like, you know, you realize you've gone the wrong way, and you're like, crap, I'm losing time. And I don't really want to deal with that anymore. I mean, luckily, Neo Arc is very simplistic. Neo Arc just has the, Neo Arc has the slide puzzle, which is annoying, but I'm getting the hang of it. And the, tile puzzle, which is just annoying. And I also wanted to watch these, little scenes, because I never watch them, in a speedrun. Like, none of this is actually shown if I'm speedrunning, because I'm just skipping these cutscenes. I need to do a casual playthrough good ending on this one time, because at least once, because, like, it's always a thing. Because, like, Pierce gets to actually have a bigger role in the good ending, but unless you actually go that way, you don't know that. A similar deal with Douglas and actually the good ending for Eve. So now I'm just curious because I cannot remember offhand. Oh! Oh yeah. That is interesting. I might have to route that. If I'm getting a ringer solution from getting the MP5A5 when it's literally right there near the end of power, like, let's do a Google search. No phone. Parasite E2 power weapons. Oh, there's technically bats in the tower. Okay, so the tactical vest is a bat. But yeah, so basically, the MP5A5 giving a ringer solution is actually really good, especially as a safety item. MP5A5 gives ringer solution after tower. Like, I still can't say that I would be actively willing to either go for the other ones or use the MP5. Actually, now I'm no. Like, I wouldn't use the MP5A5 in the number 9 fight, because the primary damage you should be doing shouldn't be from the gun itself. It should be from the environmental damage, from the power lines and from the steam. Yeah, this part's easy. Though there is one thing I want to find out about, which is if it is faster to go underground or around. I hate that when that happens. No, if it's faster to go underground or around when going back to this area here. Because I can either... No. This is why it's casual, because I would... That sort of thing would be, like, a big mistake. But, like... Go back... I know, finding out about that ringer solution is just something that I never thought about. And assuming that after I have the number 9 cutscene, where, you know, I go into the building, like, I can still get the MP5A5, I should be easily able to get it without having an encounter. And it should only cost about a few seconds. If anything. Like, depending on how long this so yeah, like, the two options that we have is, once we've gone underground the first time, we can either go around, because we'll have unlocked the door there, or we can just go underground again, but I don't know which way is actually faster or not, and that's something I will bring up the timer for to know specifics. That's another thing I have to route right there as well. When going down that path, which direction to go, because I always go the wrong way. Like, no matter how many times I've tried to do it, I always end up going the wrong ways. Actually, wait, there's storage here, isn't there? Yes, there is. What are these? Gems and a bit of ammo. So literally nothing that we would want to use. So we're going to continue ignoring that. That just tells us that we can see the water tower. My kitty is asleep. The only real... I can't even put notes for this because it's more or less just knowing. And even knowing that it's coming, it's still an issue. Like, that's the best you can hope for when you're absolutely going to get hit by a runner. Because, you know, I can see the runner there, but I have no reason to think that... There we go. See, that's what I want to do. Especially this time. Like, the game gives very little, hint. And that's more of a thing of, like, just practicing it and getting some positioning down. Rather than actually, being able to write something that's going to change anything. Like, see, if I was on nightmare mode, I'd already be dead by now from that hit. And that's one of the reasons I don't like to run on nightmare mode, because I will admit it, I'm not a fan of the tank controls, nor am I good at dodging with them. So just go straight, that's all we needed there. Dry field. When climbing water tower, just go straight once up first ladder. I am sincerely happy that other people are still running this game in any capacity, because I think in terms of a Square RPG, this is not a good game. In terms of a Resident Evil-like game, I think it's fantastic. It's schlocky, it's pure 90s, and that's absolutely okay. It's just you need to know what you're getting into. Hey, Madigan. So from this position, there's just the... You know, we can see the entire city from here. That opens the gate. Because we were told by Mr. Douglas, actually, to come up here. This is what you're supposed to do. If you're like, I'm just gonna run this the proper way. Yeah, this one is just... Boom! You absolutely want that. I've actually tried. There is no way prior to, like, even in that, but during that encounter, you cannot just, hit the button thing. It won't work. That's just another cutscene that we end up skipping when we go through this the normal way. This is more or less just explaining the mechanic that, you know, we're going to make sure that you can still actually buy guns when you're in this weird place. The weird thing about this, yeah, so that's just it. There's the through the general store, which is the building that connects it. Like, the fact that there's no other way there is weird. Okay, like from here, do we have positioning to take these down? Okay, we do. See, that's good to know. If you weren't aware, Flint is showing you where to go. So since it's a very easy source of BP, and you can easily take them all out without them actually being able to, like, do any damage to you. Like, as long as you're already gonna be, making sure that you collect the ammo, that's just a bunch of extra BP to ensure that you have enough for the crap load of grenades. Oh crap. How low is our health? How low is our health? Okay, we can take the hit. Marlin the fish, if you're still here, you have to take that hit. Like, is there any way around that? I don't think there is. These things We can just avoid them entirely. We are still going to do this, absolutely. Those exploding things can hurt. Yeah, we just want this because that's the vinyl pouch. Honestly, we don't even need to use it yet. Like, maybe the next time we have to do menuing, we can do that, but like... Yeah, so technically the dresser is bolted to the wall. We can still hear a woman. And if we try to go to the door, because this is a JRPG, it'll be locked. So from here, this is what we're talking about. So we're not gonna even... I've just got my timer open because I'm curious, so... Go! So it would stand to reason, no matter which way I go, like one direction or the other, as long as it's getting to the same end result, it should be the same. And there we go. So it was 33 seconds. 33 sec to go outside from Jen's store. When I go back, I'm gonna actually time it again, but go underground and see what the difference would be. Oh, they're still cleared out. That's important, because I did not realize that. And being at that door seems to be the best position in terms of taking out that packet. If they're still not going to be there, like, from that time for the next 3 shots of the screen. But that's actually important. Garage encounter fight after getting rope. So the answer is that he had shut the door, but it's like people weren't supposed to get in there, but somehow they did. So, like, the reason that was bolted there was because no one should be going in there in the first place. No, I do not wish to update my times. Yeah, see, they're still not here. Normally, I fight them the first time because, like, that's what I was doing before, because it was giving me the BP and stuff. And, like, was still a great reason to. But either way, we're still going to continue going. We've learned an important lesson. And so we're going to compare. So 3, 2, 1, go. So, like, we're gonna encounter it again here. take the hit. Yeah, this is already slower. Significantly. And time. Underground 55 seconds. So I'm saving about 20 seconds each time by going outside and around. So we do a few bits of preparation here. First, we're gonna go to key items. No, we gotta go to our actual items. So we're gonna use this. We're gonna move this. We don't have anything else at this point that we would actually need to worry about. We're at max MP. Oops. Our mitochondria! Just like normal. Yeah, that's what I was trying to not have happen. Come on. Okay, so I was able to shoot him down there. Basically, I had gotten him to a point where he was just not guarding at all. Dry field, no 9 fight, needs more research. Like, I personally think that this game is a lot more interesting when you get to watch this sort of thing. And I mean, missing out on these sort of things too is kind of sucks, actually. Wait, the old man told me you'd gone to the house. Yeah, we kind of it kind of became like nighttime because we took so long. Well, because we were unconscious. After I finish this, like, I guess call it casual routing with notes, I'm gonna do a full run with menu splits. So now we have Kyle. And now we can unlock this, which means he went through the other door too. The scorpions don't have to be engaged as long as you are not close to them. Let's put that as a note as well, because that's important. We're going to pause that. Scorpions do not need to be engaged as long as they are not facing you and not near. Because that's an important distinction. Because see, this is what I'm talking about, like right here. Yeah, she's just like, my car! This fight is ultimately the reason we pick up that ammo. My beautiful car. And I just had it restored. So this is normally where we would... Yeah, we've already got... Actually, we're gonna... Always drop the Tonfa. You shouldn't... It doesn't matter if you do it before this, because... the Tonfa will automatically end up back in your inventory. So we should go and talk to Mr. Douglas. So the entire time, this is still the fastest way. are these bats worth going for at this one? I can have necrosis. Actually, not a bad number. The issue is just the positioning. Yeah, there's those gremlin things on the other side that we're not interested in fighting. So one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm gonna watch the video of Wolf DNC in his world record, because I'm now kind of curious. Because I know that I take the lower path where I can just go down the steps. I think that's faster, but apparently Wolf DNC goes the other way. At least in his world record video he does. So we're absolutely going to investigate that. Can I talk you out of it? So it's the invisible enemies, and yeah, corners are obvious. Like, the reason I'm doing this right now is because I would actually like to have this. Like, this one is just easy to remember. It's basically been ingrained in my head at this point. Because, like, I mean, I already know that one of the biggest potential time savers slash time wasters is also going to be, specifics on battling the final boss of the game in her second form. Because it's the second form that has, the difference makers, more or less. So let's just open that up right now, actually, while we're all here. So let's go Parasite. Eve 2, there we go. So new game, any percent.
He won't go down. He will like attack you and he fall down. It's like
We're gonna keep that muted for now, because that's not important. Like, what we're looking at is, does he grab the, Does he grab the fight? Does he grab the holy water? Because he might. I also need to do like a much more in-depth look at his run because he hasn't even hit 50 minutes yet. So no, it doesn't look like he actually goes for it. Which, I mean, in general is probably not a bad thing. So again, I'm gonna classify holy water is optional, maybe as safety strat. Okay, so it's important here. I have to go. On second floor motel when going to go downstairs, go left. Wait. No, we're dumb. This is part of the reason this is practice. We don't go this way yet. So we're gonna... Oh, I got hit by the thing. We're gonna redo this entirely because... I want to confirm if I can do this correctly. So let's start. No, come on. We're gonna recovery to ourselves. So from here, if we just go down and across, we can avoid it. What I wanted to confirm. Oh, that's interesting. So he goes, so there is cans. Interesting. Let's go back for a second. I'm not really interested in those. Because it looks like he's going here specifically to get these items. so that's that. So they're just recovery items. And then he just leaves. So, like... But yeah, we're gonna go this way. Okay, so... That's interesting. Because that seems like a longer route than the route I take. But that's why, you know, he has the world record. I want to watch it. So, let's consider the bed. I'm gonna do my timing now. So 3, 2, 1, go. Like, I'm gonna... Everything, including this stuff that's happening, I'm gonna keep it in. Because... I'm curious from a perspective, like... Okay, so let's... So from there, it's about a minute. I'll stay up, because we still need to set ourselves up properly. So he does the cola. Wait, so I didn't... Did I miss it, apparently? Like, I imagine he's doing that because you don't want to use the MP boost 2 here, which is understandable. But... I thought we had the MP boost. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna watch. I'm just... we are going to P energy to make sure we have necrosis and energy shot. So, for us it was at 58 minutes. And go. So it was at 33:26. I just want to see by comparison. So he's able to get through there with that time. So let's see. He still engages that encounter as well. Okay. So it looks like it's about 10 to 15 seconds faster. That's one thing I want to check. I need to take a quick break. Oh my goodness. It was probably, I know what happened. It was when it was when I unplugged my mic by accident because I had, knocked it over, I'm a bit willing to bet. Might as well. That's what we want to see. Squish. Again, things we don't really get to see when we're not doing a speed run. That is a legitimate 5-minute timer too. You can go back and there's stuff that you can pick up. But like at this point in the game, it's more just to run up your score than it is anything else. I'll do it when I do a casual playthrough of the game, it's just not before then. Saved my life. I like my partners rare instead of well done, that's all. Aren't I droll? So basically, you fell into the same crevice that we would have if they knocked us off, and we would die, but you survive. Oof. You're not so fragrant yourself. Hi, Mary, how are you? I am... I'm doing pretty well. I have a few questions I still need to actually, like, investigate because, like, part of it was watching the current world record and just seeing, like, if they're doing routing, like, that's different from mine and if theirs is actually faster. And in one case, I found out that, like, there's a specific spot where I can, like, save 10 seconds, which in general doesn't... I'm not at that point yet, but I'm making notes still. Because my basic plan is after I've done this routing, like I've gone through the entire game, which I mean, to be fair, I'm already at this part of the game. Like I will probably in the routing have about an hour. Oh my god, that's a thing I actually have to watch out for. Basically, if he is able to get his attack off and kill it, I can't actually go down the ladder until like, the death animation and everything is finished. No, I've already confirmed a few things. I've got a few general ideas. Like, it's just... The biggest problem with the speedrun is the stuff that can potentially kill you is like 40 to 50 minutes into the run. So, like, it's not a terrible thing, it's just... Like, the things up to that point really aren't a threat to you. And also, because I'm doing this instead of an actual run, like I don't have a timer or anything, not really. Like, if I go and check the leaderboard, like, there's not even, like, Japanese, like, technically, I could do the JPN stuff, which there's just not enough people that run it, so there wouldn't be enough of a difference. Like, right now, on the leaderboards, by comparison, for Parasite Eve 2, the new game, any percent, not 100%, just any percent, there's 4. For playing it on a PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. For completing on a PS3, there's 2 entries. There's 2 for doing it on a PSP, a PS Vita, or a PS TV. And there's 7 for doing it on an emulator, but all of these are records that, like, okay, the most recent run I can find, yeah, so let's see, I'm pretty sure I need to get that one will be locked, so we can't avoid them because they're just there too. But we can just keep going. And it'll be the second right, I believe. So let's see if there we go. When returning to reading room, second right. There we go. Because, yeah, see, I want to get to that breeding room. But if I go to the left at either of those points, like, it's going to be just, oh, I went the wrong way. Whoopsie doopsie. And that lab that's right there that is the first right, I would love to go to, but it's locked. Yeah, the thing is that between having this game on an emulator, having it on a PS1, or having it on a PS3, like, there's just not a lot of people who run it. Because, by comparison, Resident Evil, even if I just talk about PC, like, just the one way, there's 146 entries. Like, there's just straight up more people that run it, because this is a game that went under the radar of a lot of people. because it's Resident Evil that's known as the survival horror that lasted, because this game just had an unfortunate time frame because it was at a time when Square Enix was just making RPGs. A 3 E I L M 2 S 2 Y. And like, I could submit my 2-hour run right now. Parasite Eve 1 was a lot more RPG based. I hope I got that one right. I did fantastic. Ah, crap. Yeah, this is what happens immediately. So, hello, I know it's you. I'd recognize that forehead anywhere. You knew about me. Yeah, so what? It's not your fault, right? Got something else bugging you? Maternal instincts, maybe? Nasty toddlers. You bastard! You feel responsible. Clean things up. You are a hunter, after all. I guess so. I want to show you something. Get here as quickly as you can. I've sent the data to your GPS. I'll be there right away. Like, okay, so the basic issue is that the first one is a lot more, the elements of an RPG are a lot more prevalent there, so we're gonna go right. And, like, the first one had, like, you had a turn bar where you couldn't act until the turn bar filled up. And, like, MP recovered more, too. And there was an entire system about upgrading your weapons. Like, there's even an optional dungeon called the Chrysler Building. Like, it was actually based on real-world places. Technically, this one is too, but it only really has 3 locations. A tower in Los Angeles, dry field in the Mojave Desert, and the shelter, basically. This one was decidedly more action-oriented because, you know, people like being able to shoot anytime they press the shoot button, as long as they have ammo. So, like, there's actually a pretty wide array of guns in this game. Like, there's handguns, which there's a bunch of guns from. There's shotguns, which there's a total of 3. Grenade launchers, I believe there's 3 or 4. And then there's actually assault rifles, which we never actually touch in this playthrough, but in the casual playthrough is one of the best weapons because you can have added additions on it. But yeah, this game also has a bunch of different replay, like New Game Plus modes. The first one is replay mode, which actually makes things easier, which is hilarious, and you get more money and such. There's bounty mode, which, dear God, the golem soldiers at the end of the game are just everywhere in the game, which is always amazingly frustrated. There's scavenger mode, where it's basically as Spartan as you can get. There's basically nothing, and survival is hard. And then there's nightmare mode, where everything just does more damage, you have less health, and you have less resources in general. Apparently there is someone who's speedrunning 100% nightmare mode, and God bless him. I don't say that often, but ugh. Yeah, that used to be a human. Basically, there's 3 separate franchises during the PlayStation 1 era that did this sort of game. The first one was Resident Evil, the second one's Parasite Eve, and the third one's actually made by Konami, not Konami, but Capcom. And it is Dino Crisis, which is How about instead of zombies, dinosaurs? Which is horrifying. I will eventually casually play it too, because I have Dino Crisis 1, and on the PS3 store you can buy Dino Crisis 2 as well, which is both for the PS1. I'm interested in them, I just have never actually played them myself. Like, I own Dino Crisis 1. So we have to go over here. This is actually something we aren't told about. Unless we do the good ending normally. So you can be completely stuck here. I can remember when I was. Let's see. No, that's... So, Arc Cam 135. Because we need to turn this on. Like, literally, if we don't, we have to come back here and do that. And then this one, for the amount of time it saves us in general, I believe, from not having to worry about fighting those things, it's entirely worth getting. But I only need to go to cameras 1, 3, and 5. If I don't go to camera 1, when I'm trying to escape later, it will cause, I will have to come back here and unlock it. So I can just do that now. Oh, that's... Oh no, like, I completely understand that. Oh, you got a pink PS2? That's awesome! Yeah, dude has a grenade launcher. Unfortunately, we never get to use his weapons, and he follows the really bad Square Enix mindset of, if your partner dies and gets to 0 health, you die too. I'm looking at eventually getting a PS5, but, like, that's more just for, so I have an excuse to play PS4 games. So, where are we right now? It should be this one right here, then. Neo Arc is first on right in D2. Yeah, see, this is literally why I couldn't play this game for 4 years. Because the idea that a president could be behind something nefarious, I couldn't actually take seriously in the Trump years. And if I did play this game, I had to, you know, pretend that Trump wasn't the president, or that this was, you know, back when the game first came out. Because this came out in... When did it originally launch? 99. So good old Bill Clinton was in charge at that point. And, like, Bill Clinton at least seems like the kind of person who is capable of having some sort of conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Our insurance plan is to blow stuff up from orbit, because that's the American way. And again, this is all stuff that we don't normally see during the any percent run, because Congress doesn't need to be involved in this. But no, like, this is the stuff we don't normally get to see if we're just playing this any percent. Because we skip all this. Elephant gun. Yes, it is the space elephant gun. Oh yes, the International Space Station just has a freaking laser beam on it. And that's like the, you know, the little lens for it. Yeah, that's why he doesn't follow us in. There's an invisible barrier that will kill him. Also known as plot wall. You were playing dumb. I was so entranced by your beauty. I was? So, I do need to go into the Parasite Eve 2 guide.
Welcome to Neo-Arc.
I love the random interspersed voice lines there are in this. Welcome to Neo-Arc. Almost like the people who did this fancied themselves to be, arrogant. Our new humans adapt to environments. Yeah, this part definitely gives a Jurassic Park vibe. That's not by a mistake either. And also, I do love the organ music. I think the organ music is great here. Yeah, some of the animals might be carnivorous, but don't pay attention to the ones that have literally broken out of the glass. Like, pay no attention to those ones. So I need to just write this one down because I always forget the order. So, Pharaoh, feet, eye, rectangle. Ugh. But the problem is that you have to move them that one fast enough to organize them. So it's more of a logic puzzle. Doesn't really have a direct answer. And it's very, very irritating. Right up. What's this? ANMC is artificial neomitochondria creature. Basically the mutants. We are going to energy shot. And there we go, down. Like it. Once you know what you're looking for, it's not hard. And if we hadn't, and that's the reason I disabled the security on the monitor before I come here. On account that would be annoying as heck if I didn't. Ooh! So these ones I can avoid. Nice to know. The organ music has gone away. Fire alert from sensor at generator number 1. North course temporarily open. Like, I use a grenade to blow up the console, because that's the easiest. The problem is that when you try to fight the thing itself, I mean, the next one I am gonna grenade because I just do less damage. It's weird. So I'm just not gonna be concerned with it. I've already copied and pasted the code for this next one down because, god dang, is it annoying. This part is irritating because these guys can be in random directions and they're just annoying in general. Anyways, though, so now we have the door, so red, yellow, yellow, white, blue, yeah, that's just irritating across the board. Like, straight up, I will not doubt that one. These enemies are annoying because somehow these ones hurt you on touch no matter what. Oh look, it's the enemies we didn't care about the first time. Like, the funny thing is that in the casual one, you can actually take them down. It's just they will take too long for us. So we're not. Like, absolutely not. I can't even skip this if I wanted to, which is kind of funny. Like, I think the one reason why a lot of people were turned off by this game is the fact that you can run away from fights. And, like... Ah! This is why I need to not hit that when I'm normally playing. But no, like, a lot of this is about, like... The only way you can change your health and your HP and MP values is actually by specifically going in, like getting different armors. So like it would force that sort of stuff on you, and a lot of people I guess didn't like that because it was like very anti-RPG. Another rare solution. So right now, how many grenades do we have left? We have 38. That's more than enough. And now... Again, cinematics we don't normally get to watch. Cinematics and cutscenes, but either way. Yeah, technically there's a fight here, but we don't care. The only thing you can't do here is actually go into menus. Because if you go into menus, it'll stop you from going down. We don't really ever use it. Next up, we're gonna get metabolism. And specifically plasma. Liquid hot plasma. Are we in range of her? Yes, we are. Fantastic. So next up, energy shot. And now we are going to... Oh my goodness. I can't believe I missed. Ah! That's how that fight goes when you do it right, because so much damage. Hey look, he has a different gun again. It's dun dun dun! Another hail! Woohoo! And she's happy because it's another human. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just you don't see it during any percent, so I want to show it off, and I also haven't seen it myself in a while, so like, sure she's not dangerous. Ah. Putting my head up here so that we can see the, you know, cutscene stuff. Wait a second, how did you know about these things that are classified? Oh, it's a convenient phone ringing. And she's also been, you know, brainwashed to hate the phone ringing. Chandler, we've actually, like, fighting a Stinger was the last boss. Oh wow, we had 17. Come on, why can't I talk to you? There we go. But that tells me that I have 18 extra grenades. Oh yeah, this way! Why no, I don't want to become famous. Fun fact, if you try to talk to Eve before this, she just tells you that she's looking in there. And this is still the most effective way, which is silly. Oh no, it looks like something horrible happened here. That's not, like, ominous or anything. Yeah, like, this is one of those really weird points in the game where it's like... I mean... The fact that we have a grenade launcher kind of makes that scene a bit better, but, like, if you just have a regular gun, like, I guess it's because you don't want to accidentally shoot Eve. Like, at this point, there really isn't any further notes that need to be said. Oh, right, there is the... Go south. part is... there isn't much... Wait. But we are almost at the final boss, who is so annoying as heck. I didn't get hit by grenades, and this is my favorite cutscene. Because it's America. Bang! Almost. What do you mean? Yeah, plans B and C didn't work, so we're going to plan D. There's the sinister shadow government that I know. Yes, this game almost was really close to a bad date. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That cutscene was so long my controller turned off. Blend. Good boy. Basically, if you have the good ending, he doesn't show up. I just kick back in the desert, you know? See, that's why we're not really concerned. So, let's do our item preparation. Large handgun. 44 Magnum. We are gonna go into P energy. We want to get as much shooting power as we can. Yeah, it's the old we're killing ourselves. So we'll kill them faster so that we don't all die kind of stuff. For shooting me? Yes, for shooting me. That's a kind of important question. stars? No. No, they are not. And now Anna's car is irrecoverable entirely. Yeah, this is all stuff we don't see during anything. What? About a crazy little thing called Mila. Here we go. What? We have a save for this. Because that was dumb. Okay, we gotta move this down. Oh my god! That's how the fight's supposed to go. Like, the biggest problem with this fight is that there's no real way to actually, like, change the spot of the guy the boss that you're trying to shoot at, except by moving. Oh, right. Energy shot! Ugh. What? Come on. Yes! I think it's largely about better using my meta bullets early on. I'm gonna sign off for now. I should come back later, but like right now I kind of just don't want to be playing at all because it's been an intense 3.5 hours, you might say. But I am gonna send you to a friend. Because a friend is a friend is a friend. Let's see. We're gonna do that first. And we are gonna... Hmm. There we go. Didn't let me raid before, but anyways, thank you very much, and I may see you later.